Here we go. This is going to be an honest Q&A. I'm going to sit down with you guys. I'm not going to limit it to a certain amount of time and just answer all your questions. I posted on Instagram. I'm going to do a Q&A, and I got a bunch of pretty good questions. We're going to be answering those. We're going to be holding nothing back, letting you guys get a little bit more insight into the back end, a little bit more about me and what I do, why I do it. So this should be fun. I try to keep myself separate from my brand, to be honest with you, just for ease of living a normal life. I don't ever picture going anywhere massive with this channel or brand, just enough to build a good community, make a living, and support myself and help my friends, family, and you guys supporting. So that's pretty much what the goal of the channel was and is. So I never really branded it behind my name like you might see other automotive YouTubers do. I want it to be kind of separate from me and more about what we can do for the community and what the brand is all about. So that's pretty much the background of that. Let's jump into the first question here. To start off, any advice to someone who is trying to get into content creation? Yeah, for that I would say there's two big things that's helped me and that is definitely a good baseline for anyone that's trying to get into content creation in any type of aspect. You have to be unique. First of all, you have to be doing something that stands out, something different from anyone else. You're not going to be on here just a regular cookie cutter daily vlogger, or showing the process of maybe building your M3 and a regular video that just a regular old install, vlog style. You have to be unique in some way, something that they're not going to get from anyone else. Whether that be you're maybe funnier than someone else, or you have some kind of unfair advantage. That's what they call it kind of in the business world, an unfair advantage. Maybe you're extremely wealthy and you can show off all your father's car collection, maybe your car collection. You have to be unique. You have to stand out. You have to be different from everyone else that's doing content right now. In my aspect, I'm kind of doing it where we do a lot of budget-minded stuff, and that was kind of different from the whole wave of everyone trying to do bigger and better, more expensive builds and whatnot. So there's definitely been budget content creation, but I'm trying to keep it high quality as best as I can, and content ideas that are unique, that are budget-minded. We can do stuff like that. So definitely be unique. And the other step or point, I think, that's very important for anyone getting into content creation is consistency. I think you have to be unique and consistent in your content. You have to be posting regularly. You have to give yourself some kind of structure. Even if you have zero following, you need to have a structure and you need to be consistent. You need to post every week, every day if you can on Instagram, TikTok, short form platforms, YouTube Shorts, and hopefully every week on YouTube. When I was growing in the growing stages, I was posting a ton of content on TikTok and also Instagram. I didn't really do YouTube Shorts, but that's a topic for another day. So being unique, being consistent, posting regularly, that's going to help anyone that's getting started in content creation. A question, what do you know about Saab? I own one, feel like nobody knows what it is and what they're capable of. I actually had two Saabs before I started any type of content. I had a Saab 9.3 and the other one wasn't really mine, it was my parents', but that was a turbo. I think it was also a 9.3. I'm not sure. I don't know too much about Saab. My old 98, I had a 98 Saab convertible, and that thing was absolute garbage. It was the worst car I ever owned, but it was a non-turbo version, and the shocks were blown out. It rattled like crazy, and the convertible top leaked. I drove that to school. It was completely embarrassing, and I don't have a good taste in my mouth with Saab, so to speak, but I do know that, I think his name Gingium, I don't know how to pronounce it, built a super awesome Volvo wagon, Turbo LS I think it was, and that thing was super cool, so that kind of changed my mind on Saab. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Saab because of the experience I had with it in the past, but I know they can be really cool, really awesome, but Swedish engineering, I'm not too familiar with it, so that's about the gist of it. How did you get, or do you get the inspiration to build your brand and keep going? My inspiration for building my brand, obviously I love cars. I like videography and cinematography and photography. I've always liked that. I wouldn't say I love it. I do enjoy it a lot. But more so, I just enjoy driving and building cars. But I kind of, mix the two, my passion for videography and creating videos and being creative with my passion for automotive. Automotive is first, and then is the content creation side of it. So that definitely inspires me or it was motivation for me to start. But what inspires me to keep it going is, I guess, just being able to make a living. I'm not gonna lie, the money is a huge reason why I do this, but it is the background for why I do this. And it wouldn't make sense to do this for free, because everyone needs money to make a living. So I'm finding the best of both worlds. If I can find a way to take my passion and build it into something that can support me, and in turn it's a win-win-win where I can help other people, that's been my huge inspiration. And I guess inspiration, I don't know, that's an interesting word. I'm kind of confusing it with motivation, but yeah, I love doing what I do. I like working with cars. I like creating things. I like being creative. And I really love being able to do that, and in turn help other people with their builds and their cars. And if that helps me to, in turn, make a living for myself, then you can't really go wrong with that. So I try to find win-win scenarios. And if I can work on cars, film the process, have a really cool car, have fun cars to own and work on and build and share the process with you guys, and then in turn help you, that's a pretty awesome motivation for me to keep going. I really I find that one of the big reasons that keeps me going with this. Why did you move on from the Fiesta? I kind of just built it, and did everything I possibly could to it, and then it was fun, but I wanted to move on. I was growing out of that style and that taste of cars, and it was definitely a fun car. It was very loud, obnoxious, and loud on the exterior as well, just in your face kind of build. And I just kind of grew out of that style, that taste, and I chopped up the fenders and everything. So there wasn't really a way to turn back from that. So I figured, give it to someone that's still into that style and can enjoy that car and let it live on in that way. And the new owner is loving it and having a ton of fun with it. So I love to see that. What exactly happened between you and the dealer you purchased the BMW from? I don't want to talk trash about any business or brand or bring them down, but I had such a horrible experience with there after buying. Up until buying, of course, they want to get you in. They're going to be kind and nice and generous. And I got a good deal on the car. But after I bought it, it just became nightmares where they had chosen a bank that kicked me back and that was no longer willing to do the financing. And they had to search and find other banks to do that. In the meantime of them finding a bank that they didn't do enough research on, they were sending threats about repoing the car, sending the police out to get me, and all this nonsense. But whatever, it's in the past. The car is done and in my name, financed the proper way through a good bank, and I have the plates. I'm completely separate from the dealer now. But yeah, they just were absolute nightmares to deal with. Once I was a little bit late to get back to them, and they didn't like that, and they started using foul language and name calling. And I was completely mature the whole way. I like to think so, at least. I talked to my family about it, and they said the same thing. So yeah, they just kind of exploded and were very childish and immature and handled the whole thing, kind of messy when it was on them. Maybe they couldn't have done anything about the bank, but that doesn't come back onto me. That is a kind of a fault on their end. So yeah, just a little messy situation, but whatever. That's in the past. That's good and done. Here's a good one. What is the real end goal for Simple Builds? I think the end goal for Simple Builds is to be able to obviously have this being a job that can support myself every single month and not have to worry so much about being able to run this brand. I want it to be self-sustainable. I want to have 0 brands or brand deals in the videos besides my clothing. And I want to build an awesome community that anything that you guys give me is able to go right back into your pockets or your builds, your cars. So the support that you're giving me and the community that we build is able to give back directly to you guys and the community that we're building. So what that might look like is the brand, the clothing, and the community that is helping support what we do. I make awesome content. Hopefully it's awesome. I try to make good content for you guys, and in turn be able to funnel any kind of money that we make with this back into the community and the supporters that I get and the support that I get from you guys. So yeah, just a community that's very supportive, inclusive, and we have an awesome thing where we can come together and really just be a positive force in the automotive community. And of course, in turn, being able to support me and the lifestyle that I want to live, which is very basic, having maybe a cool car or two, and be able to share experiences with car creators and automotive enthusiasts. And yeah, pretty much just another win-win scenario. You guys can help me to support myself, and in turn, I make fun stuff for you guys to watch and to be a part of. Are you looking to hire anyone now or in the future, mechanics or anything else? Yes, I am. The hiring process is obviously difficult because the money is not as abundant as I would like it to be before hiring someone. So definitely would have to be more of a case where I take in some employees or subcontractors, and we're not just straight out the bat making it, so to speak. We're kind of just building this thing together, and I'm looking for people that have that same passion and that same that same goal of helping others and also building a really cool brand together. So it might be something where we kind of struggle for the first couple months, maybe a year or so, and then we start getting the ball rolling together. So anyone that's looking to join the team, the email is going to be below, simplebuilds@gmail.com. Message me there with a proposal. And if I think that we could, be a good match, I'll respond there. So hopefully that can be something that we roll out here in the future. I got a couple prospects possibly that might be willing to join the team. So looking to do that definitely. But yeah, it's been a hard process trying to find employees. But mainly we've been trying to find people that can come in and get the good job done. That really is, resonates with the brand and the idea that we have here at Simple Builds. What are the plans for the next car build? I'm not sure yet. I'm still looking. I think the next car build will be another giveaway car, I'm hoping, since you guys really seem to like the Honda Fit. And that's been a good way to monetize and also build awesome content for you guys and then help and give back. I don't want to shove too much like giveaway car stuff in your face, but I definitely think it'd be a really fun way to, kind of build that revenue stream where we can actually make it make sense for us to do it and it be fully transparent with it, and find a cool car that we can build, and do a cool build series on. Maybe another cheaper Honda, keep it simple, kind of, work our way through, and then just give you guys reliable transportation, and also something that's cool as well. I don't ever want to be giving away anything crazy, any kind of exotic vehicles or anything like that, but maybe we'll ramp up to something newer and more reliable as we go. But yeah, just maybe something basic, maybe another EK hatch or I don't know, something reliable. Maybe BMW, but I know those don't have the best reputation for being reliable. But I definitely want to focus more on like BMW, Honda stuff for the next couple builds. I'm thinking. I love the style of them, and been really into BMW, Hondas, and Porsches. Obviously, Porsches are out of my pay grade just yet, so maybe we'll hold off on that. But that's just been my style and real passion as of late. Those kind of three manufacturers. So I know that Porsche is becoming kind of like a new trend and wave, but how can you not love them? They just look so good, and they're classic. I love the vintage style that they give off. So definitely something simple. Maybe another giveaway car. Let me know what you guys want to see in the comments. I'm up to hearing all your guys' ideas for sure. Would you make an easy bike or build in a bike like Cafe Racer or Scrambler? I love Cafe Racers. I love motorcycles and bikes. Not as much as I love cars, but I started off, always tinkering on like little. Crotch rockets, for lack of a better word. Those little things that you'd find on the side of the road. I found one that was beat up, and I fixed it, and that thing was super fun when I was a kid, way before I got my license or anything. I always loved those. I bought a 1980 Honda CM, I forget what it was, CM 450 I want to say, something along those lines, and I built it up. Never was able to drive it. I sold it before I really fixed it fully or completely, but I did build it into a kind of cool Cafe Racer build. So I would love to do another one of those, but not in the cards just yet. How did you get your start in YouTube? We just started. That's pretty much as simple as that. We bought a car. Me and my younger brother split a car, and we bought that for, I think it was $1,500, and split it 2 ways, 750. COVID started, so we had nothing else going on. I had quit my job, and I wanted to find something else. I was ready to go. Had COVID delays, and we were all home and ready to work on the driveway, and just started off with that white Honda Civic EK hatch. I think it was a 98, and did a little build on that. The 10-minute build on that just kind of went crazy. It took off, and it started to grow my channel. I was happy that worked as good as it did right off the bat, and but it definitely put it did not hold back on that one. We kind of put everything we had into it. It was very basic, very simple, and then kind of started from there. We had started, or I guess I say we, but it's never really a team. I want to be humble and say we, but it's always just been me, obviously with the help of some family and friends. But I started a clothing brand before Simple Builds that was called Simple Clothing Co. That you guys know now is kind of branded through the brand of Simple Builds. But I started that way back in like 2016, I think it was, and loved the idea of creating something. I wanted to have a cool clothing brand and something that was simple and basic. I always loved that, simple things in life, clean designs. So we just branded it off that, Simple Builds. It was Simple Clothing. And then, I was trying to think. I remember sitting in my living room with my younger brother trying to think of names, and I don't know if he came up with it or I did, and it just came out, as Simple Builds. And I had started a channel or a little Instagram page for my old Fiesta SE, and that was like the first ever car that I actually bought. That was a decent car. I bought it for like 10 grand, financed it, and that we started an Instagram page for that, and I just changed the name for that Instagram account into Simple Builds, and we just kept going from there. You ever going to collab with any famous YouTubers? I'm not against the idea. I haven't ever really entertained the idea of collaborations too much, just because it's kind of hard to find a collaboration idea that makes sense for the two parties. If I do find one that makes sense and it kind of goes naturally, then yeah, I'd love to. But it's not like my number one priority. I always love the idea of kind of just building something by myself. But I would love to connect and kind of collaborate with any kind of automotive YouTuber that's out there ready to do something cool that would just fit naturally with both of our contents. So I'm up for the idea, just never really made it a priority. If you had to start over, how would you do it? That's a really tough question. I think you can't really look back at life like that, because you get one chance to make a decision and make informed decisions and educated guesses, I guess you can call it. So I don't know if I would do anything differently. It kind of worked really good. Obviously, I would love for it to move faster than it did, and I'd love to be at 500,000 subscribers, 1 million subscribers, whatever, and have faster growth. But you can't really rush those things, because that's just how life comes. The cards that were dealt, we deal with it and make do with what we got. I definitely think if I were to start again, if I knew what I knew now, I would be more precise with the kind of content that I created and that I pushed out, and more effective and efficient in that way, which would mean less uploads but more quality. But I think that's just kind of how you have to do it when you start off too. You learn. You just learn as you go. But if I did have the knowledge, I'd probably do a little bit less uploads and more quality. But then again, you can't take back any of that, because that's just part of life. You just learn, and you don't have the knowledge that you need. But there was nowhere to find good information on growing an automotive YouTube channel other than just other people that have done it before. But there was no real crash course on what to do. So you just pick up the camera, get a car, anything you have accessible to you, and you just start, whatever that might be in life. Best car to flip for profit. I suck at flipping cars and making profit. I lost a ton of money on the E30 that I had. I barely broke even on that Mustang that I had. The YouTube content always kind of just helped to make it make sense. I was never really a good car flipper, hence why I don't do it as often as some of you might think I should. But definitely Japanese cars. They're cheap. They're readily accessible. They're They're all over the place. You can find them affordable, again, on Facebook Marketplace. They're always, going up and back. They're reliable. You can find parts for cheap. So yeah, anything Toyota or Honda, I think, is a great start to flip a car. People are always looking for them. They're targeting the biggest market, I think, of vehicle consumers that are on a budget looking for something cheap to get into. But yeah, you can pretty much flip any car if you find it for a good deal and you know what you're doing. Fix it up, make it run good, make it look good, do a couple of cheap, enhancements to the exterior, interior, and engine as far as maintenance goes, and you can make it work. Just do your research, because yeah, I'm not the best person to come to for car flip advice, unfortunately. Looking to hire anyone again, or looking to for someone to help with your businesses? I have a couple partners that we're working with right now in the talks of creating some pretty cool things. More so just like brands that are helping me, or businesses that are helping me with what I do, not necessarily hiring. But yeah, like I said before, kind of try to find someone to join the team, whether that be a mechanic, an editor, or a filmer. So those three things are the first on my list to look for. Would you ever host like a big meetup for all your subscribers? Stay tuned. We got some pretty exciting things coming for next year. I definitely plan on doing something like this. But it's going to be, a little bit more planning than I initially thought. So we got some really exciting plans for next year. So yeah, stay tuned for more information on that and how you guys can get the info, where, when, all the details, etc. I did say that nothing was off the table for the questions. So we got one here: Taylor ham or pork roll? I never called it Taylor ham. Always pork roll. That's just me. I don't know if that's the location or part of Jersey that I'm from or the East Coast, but yeah, pork roll all the way. Any tips on helping with finishing a build? I've been lazy to finish my hatch. Dude, just get out there. You're never gonna have the perfect time to start or finish. Get out there and just motivate yourself to do it. Tell yourself in your mind and your mental that whatever the thought it comes in that is making you not want to get out there, that should be the reason that pushes you to get out there. I don't know if that helps. That's helped me in the past. Just kind of flicking that switch in your head that if you're mentally saying you don't want to do it, but you have to do it, or you want to do it, just go start. Get out there and get it done. Don't procrastinate. That's pretty basic, but honestly, it's helped me in the past. Hopefully, it'll help you. Are you going to paint or wrap the BMW? That's getting wrapped. We got the new wrap from Vivid Vinyl going on as soon as we can set that up. So yeah, that's getting wrapped. Super excited about that. What was your first car? My first car, thank you for that order, by the way. My first car was a 2000 Land Rover Discovery 2, and I absolutely love that thing. Definitely went more like overland style. Didn't really do anything to it. I was, broke high school student. And then I crashed it. So yeah, that was my first car. I loved that thing. It was a lot of fun. How much did you pay to get into the first shop, and why did you leave it so quickly? That was, I don't know. That was kind of a crazy scenario. It was very fast. It went as fast as it came. I found some guy's Facebook Marketplace listing, and I was really looking for a space to get into. So I was quick and I was desperate. In this area, you can't find anything right now. So I found that. I was in there for about 2 months, I think, and I paid $1,000 a month to be in there. There was absolutely zero amenities other than electric and just a roof over my head. It was a retired chicken coop, and it was a dusty, gravelly, dirty entrance into some back alley with a couple other guys that used it for storage space or working on their cars. But yeah, that was not ideal. It was about 30 minutes away, and it just didn't sit with me. After kind of going through it and being there, I knew I wasn't going to be there long. It didn't have anything that I needed or wanted, and it was affordable. It was $1,000 a month, just on a handshake deal. But yeah, I just knew it wasn't a place that I was going to grow in too much. The lighting was terrible. We did a quick little restoration, I guess you can call it, on that place, and it was fun and it was exciting. But it gave me the motivation to know that okay, we can do this, with a shop space. And then found this place soon after that. I was looking for something like this. I would have done this first before doing something like that, but yeah, this came up after I found that place, so we jumped into here. How far are you from Long Island? and how did you get inspired working on cars? So Long Island, I think, is about 3 hours for me. I just got some work done at Dream Garage. Shout out to those guys. I'm pretty sure they're close to Long Island or in Long Island, and yeah, that was about 2.5 hours, I think. And then, yeah, I'm over in New Jersey, so I'm on the East Coast. And how did I get inspired working on cars? Honestly, I think video games, my brothers, family, my older brother mainly, kind of got me into cars. We've always had, kind of a fun car around. I learned stick shift in his car. He had a C320, I think it was, blue Mercedes hatchback, 6-speed manual, and that kind of sparked it once we could, jump into a reality of cars after video games. But grew up playing Forza pretty much my whole life. After starting Midnight Club was the first, honestly, jump into that. Midnight Club LA, and we had like the dubbed cars and Air Ride and Underglow and all that stuff. So that kind of definitely got me into cars and family, friends, and then just always working on things. I loved it. And once I got a hold of my own decent car, which was that first actual fun car that I had, I think was a Fiesta ST. And that thing was my first purchase that I was really proud of and excited on. Turboed car, 6-speed manual, and the rest just took off from there. I've always loved cars, but once I got that thing and got a taste of it, that was it. I knew that I always wanted to be in a fun car, around fun cars, and that's pretty much what got me into the car scene. McDonald's or Burger King? I think Burger King is should be poison. It should be out of business by now. I don't know how they're keeping the lights on. They're selling things that are massive meals for extremely cheap. That it just doesn't seem like a good recipe for me and my stomach. McDonald's not any better, but I definitely like McDonald's because their branding is better. So talk about brand. McDonald's did an insane job on branding and just launching their place to the moon. So who doesn't like a good McDonald's? It's a guilty pleasure, I think, of all of us. And shout out that McDonald's movie. I think it was like docu movie. That was really cool. The Founder, I think it was called. I absolutely love that movie. Any like zero to hero story, even though the guy was kind of a villain, that was a super sick movie. So yeah, definitely McDonald's. Burger King, I went through a little stage that I'm not really proud of, where I went to Burger King a lot for lunch. Once again, just massive meals for super cheap, and I was never feeling good afterwards. I don't know why I did that, but yeah, that was a tough time in my life. Burger King, the Burger King, period. But yeah, McDonald's all the way. When's the first open house to the shop? When's the first Cars and Coffee? Maybe at the shop or like kind of car meet. Once again, stay tuned. We're going to be doing some stuff next year with where all you guys can kind of connect and meet up. Should be really fun and exciting. So on that topic that we kind of talked about before, stay tuned for more information on that. That's going to be a lot of fun. I did an open house already with friends and family, and we had a really good time here. Just like cornhole, spike ball, stuff like that. Had some pizza and just hung out. Was able to show friends and family that what I do in the place that I'm in. And that was a really, really special time, being able to show them, what we've been working super hard for. And, I cherish being able to afford something like this because of the support from you guys. So thank you again. Could I do a simple build on a truck? I'm not much of a truck guy, but I did a Ranger in the past. Maybe I'll do another one in the future. What inspires you to do what I do? Once again, being able to just do what I love for a living and giving back and helping others is pretty much the gist of it. Definitely a big inspiration. What was the first car that really piqued your interest as a car guy? That's a good question. I don't know what the first car was. I know that the first thing that kind of piqued my interest in cars in general was, like I said, the video game Midnight Club, LA specifically, and also Forza Motorsport when they came out. And then obviously as it progressed into Forza Horizons, I was always on that game, logged a ridiculous amount of hours on Forza's Motorsport and Horizon. Such good times, man. The first Forza Horizon, I just remember the soundtrack, and man, so much fun. And once I could just get a taste of that in real life, after getting my first car, the actual decent car, I think, that Fiesta ST, and also the EK. The EK just wasn't fast whatsoever. It was fun. It was my first car that I purchased that was manual, and we had a ton of fun in that car. But the first car that piqued my interest, I don't know. I've always for some reason had a really big interest in the Ferrari Enzo. I don't know why, and I always said that I want to name my first kid Enzo because of that car. I just think it's a cool, cool name and a cool car. But I think that might have been my first, like, as a younger kid, you kind of like the exotics more. The Ferrari Enzo, I think, was probably the first car that really was like, wow, that's a really cool car, and the noises that it made. I remember looking at videos on it. The Ferrari Enzo. I think that's probably one of the earliest memories of a car that I really just saw, and I was like, that's cool. I want to see that. I want to feel that. Like to feel the power. I want to hear that in real life. That's probably my first interest as a car guy. What is your favorite car/cars? That is also a loaded question. I've never had favorites really of anything. I've been so indecisive kind of my whole life on picking favorites. But what I'm gearing or steering towards now, my style changes, kind of often. But like I said, 3 manufacturers that jump out right now is Porsche, BMW, and Honda. But I can't really pick a favorite car. I don't think I have one. I love cars in general. That's why I've taken so long to find like a car that I really enjoy, or cars that I really enjoy. I've always had, I've had Fords, Saabs, Land Rovers, BMWs, Hondas. But what I have been really, really kind of obsessed with lately is all-wheel drive manual turbo cars, and specifically the GC8 or 22B. That 22B is obviously going to be out of the price range probably forever. The Subaru GC8, I followed a guy on Instagram for the longest time, and he did the Blob-Eye. It wasn't the GC8, I forget what that model is, but a Blob-Eye WRX, and he had it mismatched for a while. It was silver and gray. Manit, I don't know if you guys follow him or seen him. Manit LB Lubana, I think it was. MNT-LBA, something on Instagram along those lines. If you know, you can tag him. And he built that thing to where it was a fast, fun, loud, and grippy car. And I just always had an extreme obsession for something that's all-wheel drive, manual, and turbo, or just fast. Doesn't even need to be turbo, just a fast all-wheel drive manual car that is specifically body style. I don't even know. I'm not even good with body styles, to be honest. Specifically in like that WRX fashion. I guess it's a sedan. I don't know. Are there like those older 04 Blob-Eye WRXs sedans? I don't know why. It's always been a confusing topic for me. Sedans, coupes, confused. I know coupe is 2-door and sedan is 4-door, but does that cover everything? 4-door is just a sedan? I don't know. Maybe that's a stupid question, and I should probably know that stuff, but oh well. I don't pretend like I know everything, because I don't. Any advice for someone with zero car knowledge like me? I just want my car looking simple. Just start, honestly. Just go out and have fun. Do what you want. Figure it out as you go. Who cares what anyone says? Just start researching stuff and start watching videos. If you don't have the passion and it's not there, don't force it. Don't follow a trend if you really don't enjoy it. But if you do, you'll just grow to educate yourself as you go, because you love it and you're always trying to research it and find the next hobby that you're into in the car world. I don't know, the next car that you're obsessed with that you want, how things work, how turbochargers work, superchargers work, what are engines and the sizes and the codes and the models of cars, and you just grow and you just know these things as you find more and more interest in it as you go. So just start with your own car, and research topics that you're interested in. Watch YouTubers that do automotive stuff. One of my favorites is Simple Builds. Now, just watch YouTube content on cars and, grow your knowledge that way. Just have fun. Don't put pressure on it. Everyone always says you want to become a car guy. It's like, you can't really become a car. If you like cars, you're a car guy. I don't know. Everyone kind of puts like a label on, what is a build, or a car's not built, or, what a car guy is. It's like, it kind of stuff like that. There's no definition, if you like cars, you're a car guy. If you don't, who cares? If you're averagely into cars, that's fine too. Or if you're fully obsessed, like, If you want to call your built car, coilovers, wheels, and a wrap, and a front lip, intercooler, exhaust, intake, and that's your build. Like people say, oh, it's not a build if it's not custom fabricated, intercooler piping or intake, or you did like a sidewinder, tubular manifold that blows a turbo exit exhaust out the hood. It doesn't matter, it's like this is all stuff that's subjective. You can call it whatever you want as long as you're having fun and you're educated on facts, and you just sound like a complete noob, because there is facts that you probably should know or want to know as you educate yourself and growing to learn more and really be interested in it. Then who cares? If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. If you want to call it a build, call it a build. If you're happy, who cares? Not a question, but I'd love to see you build a Prelude, Civic, Lexus SC, or something cool. I would love a Lexus SC300. I drifted that car on Forza Motorsport. I think it was 3. I don't remember the numbers. It's been a long time now. But through that Japanese mountain map that they had, I had a SC300 like drift livery and slammed it, and with chrome wheels, and just drifted that Japanese mountain like tube toge run over and over and over. So I would love to have an SC300. I loved my LS400. That thing was super fun, really cool. I didn't get to enjoy it as much as I would have liked, but yeah, Civics we always do on the channel, so you'll see more of those. When are you going to do more EK Hatch videos? Hopefully soon. Stay tuned. I hope to do another EK Hatch video, and I really want to find my OG EK Hatch. If anyone can help me find or track that thing down, that would be much appreciated. I want to buy that car back so bad, and I would love to just hang on to it forever. I hope to God that it's not crashed or in a ditch somewhere, but yeah, I'm going to try to track down that thing. I tried in the past, and I failed. So anyone got any information on that thing, let me know. I definitely plan to buy that car back if I can and do another build on that. But yeah, always loved EK Hatches. Still have a super big soft spot for them. But yeah, help me find that car. Hopefully we'll see another EK Hatch build in the future soon on the channel. Pick one and destroy the rest. Oh, wow. Pick one and destroy the rest. Audi, Porsche, BMW, Ford. I mean, I don't know. I just kind of got to go with Porsche. You kind of have to, because they're amazing. I love BMW, and then Ford, and then Audi, in that order. Porsche, BMW, Ford, Audi. I'm not a huge fan of Audis. I like them, and I haven't driven many of them. Maybe I can change my mind. I love all cars. If it's fun and fast, that's a good thing. But Audi style is just a little bit too round, for me. But there's amazing Audis out there as well. I don't know. Fords, I've always just had so much fun with Fords. The EcoBoost, the 2.3, my RS was super fun. The ST was super fun. Even the SE was fun. Even though it was slow, it was a fun car. I like this little, nimble, and the SE was super reliable as well. And the ST was super reliable. RS was as well, but it was a little bit more scary, a little bit higher power, and a little bit more worries of overheating and coolant issues. And that one issue that made it, kind of stranded me without a car for like 2 weeks, that RS issue, that sucked. The fuel pump blew up and I couldn't figure out how to fix it. Will you still be doing the follower giveaways or Patreon? That is a great question, and I apologize because I haven't been hitting that as much as I want to, and giving you guys as much information as I should have on that. But once again, stay tuned. Something is coming very soon. Kind of a revamp, so to speak. Big announcement coming soon. That'll answer any more questions on that, but something exciting coming very soon, so stay tuned for that. Will you ever get a Honda for yourself, or is it off limits for cars like that? No, I love Hondas. I have had a bunch of them, but I guess from like my own personal car, for myself, I want to find that EK Hatch again. I want to find my OG EK Hatch, and I want to drive that car all the time. And I want to build it to the perfect EK Hatch spec that I've always wanted. Here's a really deep one. You like tacos? This guy says. Yes, I love tacos. I love Mexican food. I don't like spice, but huge fan of tacos. But not the tacos from Taco Bell. I'm not a fan of those. Like OG authentic tacos. from Mexico. I've been to Mexico. I've had the tacos. I've eaten the food. Absolutely love it. Give me a good taco, authentic street taco with a side of lime. Ooh. Any tips for smaller creators that want to do something similar to what you are doing? Message me. Message me on Instagram. Ask me any questions that you have. I would love to help you guys out. Nobody was there to help me. There was people along the way, but it felt very secluded and kind of just like lack of knowledge. So if you're a smaller creator that wants to do something similar to what I'm doing in the car space, yeah, just be unique, be consistent, and just have fun with it. That's you're gonna go the longest way if you just apply those couple tips and just start. Just stop overthinking it. Just start. Go do it. Post a video. Have fun. Talk about what you want to do with your brand and post the video. Post the channel. Start the Instagram account. Just start it. You're overthinking it. So just get started and have fun. Be unique and be consistent. How can I spice up a beater car? It's the only one I have. That's a hard question because it's very subjective as well on what the car you have is. But yeah, I think the main couple things, honestly, one, if you don't need a front plate, remove the front plate of the car. Makes it look so clean. It goes a long way. Add a front easy lip. Get the easy lip. It's like $30, I think, for the cheaper one. Those are super cool. Those are really fun. Debadge the car. I've always loved the look of a clean debadged car. That's a way to make it look a little bit cleaner. Maybe black out the emblems or get new emblems. That's a cool, fun, cheap, easy mod. Make sure it's clean. Always keep it clean. If you have steelies, I always like a good cheap hubcap just to add a little bit of OEM look to it. Tackle a cheap, an easy paint job. If you want to do a paint job, there's tons of videos that I've done and they've come out pretty decent. You can do something like that. Plasti dip the car. I've plasti dipped the cars before and that came out decent. If you do the right prep work, tons of different options. And if you look through a couple of my videos, you'll hopefully find some ideas on what you can do to spice up your boring beater daily car. What advice would you give someone who's just getting into the car scene? Honestly, just have fun. Just have fun, man. Don't worry about what anyone's saying or what anyone tells you or their opinions or their facts. There's no facts on things like this. You just have fun and just get out there and just get started. Link up with a couple of your buddies and go to the Cars and Coffee on a Sunday or a Saturday, whatever it is. Just have fun. Go out, meet new people. Drive your cars, and don't worry. Don't stress too much. Don't overthink it. If you're having fun, that's what counts. And just start with cheap, easy mods to your car. And who cares? If it doesn't look good off the rip. You grow up and you learn and you overcome different obstacles and you do your first suspension swap, and now all of a sudden it's not as daunting because you did it and you find satisfaction in that and doing it yourself. Just go out there and have fun, tackle things that you're scared of, and just get started. Don't overthink it. Would you ever use your platform to help subscribers possibly purchase and sell cars? Not really. That's kind of a thing that I think I'll stay away from, just because of all the intricacies and difficulties with that. And there's tons of people out there that do that consignment, I think is what they call it. And that's kind of not really the route that I'm gonna go or want to go with my brand. No questions, but wanted to say good luck with the channel. I live outside the USA, so I can't help. You're helping just by supporting, bro, just by watching the videos and the content. That's enough help for me. So thanks for being here. Appreciate the support. Yeah, thank you so much. Just watching, commenting, liking, being subscribed. That stuff's huge. That goes a long way. Favorite Pringle flavor? Favorite Pringle flavor? Barbecue. I think barbecue is probably my favorite, or just the OG cheddar. I'm a simple guy through and through, man. What exhaust should I do for my Fiesta? Looking for rumble, but not obnoxious. Check out Wish Motorsports. That guy was a huge help on my Fiesta build. He's got a bunch of different options on there. Thermal R&D has always been a huge supporter, and their exhausts sound great. So check them out. Or you can just do a resonator delete, see how you like it. If you don't want it, you like that, you want it to be louder, do a muffler delete. If you want it to be louder, go for the cat. Do a high flow catted downpipe or a catless downpipe, but you get mixed results on catless downpipes. So yeah, just test it out, see what you like. The cheapest and easiest things are bring it to an exhaust shop and have them chop out the resonator and weld in a new pipe and see what you like from there, or go with the thermal R&D full setup. Tons of different options on there. Just look up on YouTube, for ideas. What do you like most and least about being a YouTuber? I don't like the connection that a YouTuber has. Like most, I've always just called it being a content creator, because YouTuber it just screams like, you know, welcome back, you know, in your face, like people holding the camera and, you know, pranking people and making them uncomfortable. I don't know, that's just kind of like the connotation that I get sometimes from like a YouTuber, or that word, young and obnoxious and loud and weird, and maybe I'm all those things. I don't know. I hope not. But, you know, that's kind of the idea that I always wanted to stay away from, is like, what's up, guys? You know, the type. I don't even want to do it because it's just so cringe. So I don't like that personification, I guess you can call it, of being a YouTuber. What do I like most about it? Being able to have a job that I enjoy and using that to help other people. That's huge, man. That's huge. I love that. Most enjoyable thing about this, about YouTube, is it's giving a career to people that are able to express themselves and a passion that they couldn't have used before to make money, and now they can. And but me specifically, it's allowing me to be able to have a fun car, work on fun cars, do what I enjoy and what I love, and help people out, and give back to the people that are helping me to have a career that I enjoy. That's the best thing about it, for sure. Being an owner of something, there's always stress and etc. How do you handle that? Still trying to figure that one out, my brother. It's stressful, definitely. There's no blueprints really, and entrepreneurship is a lonely road. That is a quote that I hear a lot, and it's very true. Whether they don't see the vision that you have for it, or sometimes you don't get support, you get a lot of hate and a lot of negativity, but you just push that out, because honestly I've seen way more positivity and support than negativity and hate, but you get some of that stuff sprinkled in there. But yeah, I think handling the stress with it is just keep going, man. Keep pushing, and keep overcoming struggles and battles, and you only fail if you quit. So if you don't quit, man, you're still in the game. You just keep your head up and keep your chin up, keep pushing, stay positive. Always been a huge advocate of just staying positive. Everyone's got their days, but just keep it pushing, bro. You know, keep. I'm trying to avoid saying keep moving forward, because if you can't tell, I always watched TJ Hunt for the longest time. That's honestly been a huge inspiration too. But yeah, as simple as that. Just keep moving forward, keep pushing, and stay positive. And the stress will come, and it'll go. You'll have good months, and you'll have bad months. Just keep your head on straight, keep your chin up, stay positive. Yeah, find some time for yourself too. That's why I like to keep it separate as well. Find some time for yourself, and don't overcomplicate it. You can have these things separate from each other. Find a hobby and a passion that you enjoy that's besides your business. You're going to get people that have that unrealistic expectation of like, you have to quit everything and anything that doesn't give you money, but it's so, or grow your business, but it's so, for me personally, that's a very detrimental thought process. You need to have things that keep you happy, but apart from your business and apart from your side hustle. Put your phone down, put the cameras away, and just spend time with family. But yeah, just find ways that you can be happy, and make sure you're spending time with those things. That's going to help you to handle that stress level for sure. Here we go. Here's a big one that a lot of people might be wondering, and I'm going to give like a rough estimate on this. My best month / video money. That's best month / vid money. My best month was, this might surprise you, it might be higher than you're expecting, it might be lower than you're expecting, but my best month on YouTube alone, this is without any brand deals, because brand deals have been way better than any kind of AdSense, but the best month on YouTube alone was about $5,000. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good for me. I think that's a lot of money from just pushing content. Yeah, my best month, and might have had a few of those, right around the $5,000 mark, and that's been really exciting, really rewarding. There's a lot of work goes into this, man. A lot of work goes into this, and to be honest, it's not enough to keep it above water, because cars are expensive. Cars are definitely expensive, especially when you're trying to do it like this. Trying to do more, stay regular, and have fun, exciting content. Yeah, that's been pretty exciting. Hit a $5,000 a month. That's huge. So hopefully we can just keep it moving, and keep pushing, and get some better months, so that we can have more money to throw back into the channel and give back to you guys. So, but the best video money, I think, was about the same. About $5,000 from a video. I don't think we've ever hit a $6,000 mark. Maybe we have. I got to check. But yeah, about $5,000 was been the best month, and $5,000 from a video. Yeah, a couple months have been around that mark, and a couple videos have hit around that mark. So that's been a huge help. Super awesome. If you want to do some more of the math on it, the CPM, I think mine is around like $3 to like $7. Let's just say an average of like $5, which is every 1,000 views, you get, let's just say $5. So every million views, if that was the case on a $5 CPM, is around $5,000. So that's been the pretty basic YouTube math on the money. Here's another one: favorite and least favorite project. My favorite project was probably, I don't know, it's hard to say. I want to say the Fiesta ST, just because I had the most fun in that car, and it was my daily driver, and I built it how I wanted it. Probably, yeah, that's probably been my favorite one. And my least favorite project? Probably the E30, to be honest. I think it was the E30, even though it was a good car and they're super, in trend. I didn't build it how I wanted it to. I wanted to do more. I lost a bunch of money on it. It never ran really good, and it was old. I barely drove it. Maybe I drove it twice. Just more of like a flip kind of build for the channel. The video did really good. That was exciting, but I didn't really have much fun with that car at all. It was a very stressful time. Find parts that on an old car, it was a 1988, I think it was the year. So that was kind of my least favorite. Favorite build / video so far, I already did favorite build. So my favorite video, I don't know. I think one of my favorite videos and biggest meaning behind it, it's hard to say. There's a lot of favorite videos. I definitely enjoyed the first subscriber giveaway build with the EK hatch. That was a lot of fun. But I think my favorite one was definitely the Jeep that we painted for a stranger. Painting a stranger's Jeep. That was probably my favorite one because there was so much behind that, and it turned out so good, and there was so much emotion behind it, and so much meaning. And I was so happy that video took off eventually. So I posted that video. I had the idea. I went out with my brother and my friend, good friend, and we went out and we just knocked on doors, man. We just asked people. I had like 5,000 subscribers at the time. I think maybe less. And I was like, this is going to be a banger idea. I know it will perform, and I know it'll be a lot of fun. So we went out and we just knocked on people's doors and the neighbors that we thought had a car in the driveway that we could paint. Went through I think we went through like all around town, probably 10 doors. I think it was like the 11th door. It was the last time. I was like, that's it, one more. I'm being 100% truthful and honest with you guys. That was the last door we were gonna do, and then we were gonna call it quits and just give up. And we spent all morning, I think, just knocking on doors and just getting rejected. You'll see it in the video. You go check out the video. It's a lot of fun. We went to the last one. It was an old Jeep that needed a paint job, and her name was Kathy. Kathy, if you're watching this, you probably aren't, but she's always supporting and always commenting still now to this day on my videos and Instagram. And we found her Jeep. I like, you couldn't script this, guys. It was amazing, and it was 100% true. Like, I didn't script any of this. I promise you. Ask anyone. And we found her. It was the last last house that we were gonna do, and she agreed. And she was like, "Let's do it." And she dropped the car off. I got her number. She dropped the car off with me a couple days later. I showed her the channel, showed her everything I've been doing up to that point. And she was like, I love the idea. I'd love to help you out. And I'd love to, give you a chance to paint the car. So she dropped it off at my house. I painted it in the driveway. She had then told me that it was her husband's car who had passed away. And when we gave it back to her, I think that was, I want to say, I don't remember how many years. I think it was like a 5-year anniversary on when he passed. So it's just a really special time, special gift to give back to her and give life back into that car. for her. And it was a very, the car meant a lot for her. So we were able to just kind of revamp it. It was a crazy idea that just came to fruition. It didn't do good at all for like the first couple months. And then I changed the thumbnail and it kind of blew up. I think it's got like 300,000 views right now, and that's huge. I'm so happy that video saw some traction because that meant so much to me. And that was probably my favorite video that I've done to date. Things like that where we can just give back. All those videos are one of my favorite, some of my favorite videos to do. Whether it might be stressful, the builds are stressful too, but they're not as big as a reward as being able to give back and, see a smile on someone's face and give them a car that they can now have for the giveaway builds or the actual car build that we're doing with the Fit. Stuff like that means more than just doing a build, for myself and having fun with it. Although those are satisfying, to see them go from start to finish and, then when they work out in the 10-minute builds. But yeah, any video that has meaning and emotion behind it and being able to help someone, I love that. Who would win in a fight between a grilled cheese and a taco? Good question. Nothing is off limits with these questions. I want to say grilled cheese. It's more compact. It's more held together. The taco is kind of all over the place. The ingredients are just in there sitting. You get one good, right hook to the taco. It's going to crack the shell, and, the innards are going to go flying. That's disgusting. Grilled cheese is more held together, more sturdy, more of like a tight package where you can just, kind of get to good defense and come back in on offense. That's my answer. Grilled cheese is going to win that one. When is the M3 getting supercharged? I don't know. Hopefully, if it lasts, it doesn't blow up. Maybe we'll supercharge it in the future. I would love to say it's in the plans, but it's just so expensive and a little bit scary because it's the daily right now, and I don't want to blow it up. So for now, not going to happen. Hopefully in the future. I appreciate what you do for others. Thank you. I love what I do. And second, what made you start doing budget builds? One, because I saw the gap in the market and wanted to kind of tackle that. And I always just loved saving a buck and simple modifications. Also that it's able to help you guys out and to just get started. And I've always loved the fact of like doing it yourself. Whether or not I can continue to do stuff myself, because I'm personally trying to revamp and or trying to ramp up the content, so that I will need help with. But as you can see, in a lot of the content that I started out with and made was DIY, just doing it myself, whether it's making car parts or just installing them myself, doing DIY paint jobs. Always had fun with that. So being able to do something that is motivating for you guys to just start and just have fun and not overthink it. You can do it for cheap. Get out there and get started. Simple builds is always about being, a simple build, very easy, something that's attainable. Kind of went off the rails there for a second with the ST. That was not very simple, but I had fun with it. I did everything myself with it. Besides the turbo install, I did have help with that. Everything else did myself. And also just the name just kind of lent itself towards that and what I was into, just keeping things simple, being fun, easily attainable for the masses. And again, not many people were doing, budget stuff online. So I was able to find a new, kind of market in that way. And just find win-win-win scenarios and just have fun working on cars, keeping them cheap. So that just lent itself towards those budget builds. If you had to have a 9-to-5 job, what would it be? I had a ton of different jobs before this. I've started a few different businesses that I tried and failed before this. But honestly, one of the most recent jobs before I had started this was delivery driver for ShopRite for a grocery store, and I liked that. It was really fun. I was driving a lot and just kind of kept my own, and didn't have to deal with any kind of real big stresses. Just driving around, dropping off groceries, and a lot of elderly folk that just wanted their groceries delivered. So I was able to help them out and get paid for it. And just drive around, just put my music on, and anything like that. Or like DoorDash, it was always fun. I did that for a little bit too. Just driving around, being in a car, putting my music on and getting paid for it, delivering food, whether it's for like a grocery store or DoorDash, whatever. Those were fun jobs. DoorDash never really made me much, but I definitely made decent income with the delivery driver for ShopRite because there was good tips there. So I had fun with that. I would go back to something like that, if all else failed. How much was my lift? Looking to get a low profile for the short ceiling garage. Look around. There's not very many good options. Don't get this one. I'll be transparent with you. I thought BendPak was going to be super high quality. So I spent a lot of money on it to make sure it was high quality, it would last a long time. It ended up being a nightmare. I spent $10,000 on it, which I'm paying monthly, because why would drop the money if I can do a zero interest and make payments? And it's just expensive. So yeah, we're doing that. It's like $400 a month, I think, around there, $370 I want to say, for that bend pack lift. But yeah, 10 grand. Find another one, man. This brand was not worth the money. It was not worth the money. Definitely not. I'm just being honest with you, my experience. Maybe other people's will tell you different and otherwise, but I had too many nightmares with bend pack. So find it for another cheaper option. Nothing too cheap. Don't cheap out on something like that, especially if you're going to be under it. You definitely want to make sure it's quality and has good reviews. But just look it up, find some research. I'm not going to tell you what to buy or what not to buy, but that's my honest opinions on that. Oh, I don't know how long that was, but that's going to wrap it up on the Q&A. I had a lot of fun with this. Hope you guys were able to get a little bit more insight on behind the brand. Hope you're able to just sit down, have fun, chill out, put this on in the background, come up with in my own head, and I hope that they work. So an announcement coming in January that I'm really, really excited about, and I hope that you guys are able to support me with this. And I know you're going to be stoked on it. I know you're going to love the idea. So stay tuned for something really exciting coming in January. And also the Honda Fit Build giveaway. Make sure to go get entered, simpleclothing.co. Help support me there and get entered to win a really awesome daily driver, really cool car. At the end of this month, November 30th. So stay tuned for the drawing, the winner for that. Make sure to get entered. Don't miss out. Once again, simpleclothing.co is in the bio. Go drop that $5 on the $5 digital download to get entered. Buy as many as you like, or spend $1. And every dollar you spend on the site is one entry. So go check it out. Thank you so much, guys, for all your support. And thank you again for 200,000 subscribers. That is insane. We just hit 200,000 subscribers. I didn't say anything on a video about that yet, but man, we're only up from here. Definitely been hard to reinvest and put everything back into the channel. I said it in a recent Instagram post, but we pay $3,000 a month-ish, like $2,700, and then with the appliances and what do you call them, electric and heat and whatnot, but it's about $3,000. So everything that I make pretty much just goes right back into the channel, and hopefully we can get to the point where we're just revamping and we're giving away more and more, we're giving back more and more, and we're building up cooler things and being more and more consistent and getting back to a more regular and frequent upload schedule. But I don't want to sacrifice quality if I do that. So that's where I'm at. I hope you guys enjoyed this, just kind of straight up, very little edit, super basic and raw question and answer. So thank you guys. Couldn't do it without you. Where I'm at and what I'm able to do and help give back. So I hope that you guys find a little bit of excitement in being able to support something that is given back directly to you or other automotive enthusiasts in that, and building just one of the best automotive online communities that's out there today. So once again, thank you. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next one.